At last, my beloved child, you have opened the special message I have patiently placed before your heart for a long time. And this moment has not come to you by accident. My child, pause gently. Let your heart become still, because I am speaking to you with the tenderness of a father who has seen you pass through too many weary days. This is not a passing sound among the noises outside, nor is it something meaningless that appears and disappears. This is a time preserved for you, an appointed meeting I have prepared with wisdom and mercy. There are doors I keep open not to make you panic, but to invite you to enter with faith. There are opportunities I place before you, not so you will rush to grasp them in fear, but so you will recognize that I am still guiding, still calling, still opening a way for you in ways you never expected. I have called you many times, not always with a loud voice, but through very small promptings within your heart. Sometimes I called you at night, when everything around you was quiet, while inside you still carried many questions. Sometimes I called you through a sudden silence, through a feeling that made you want to stop, through a reminder that caused your heart to tremble. You thought it was only an ordinary emotion, but I want you to know that at times, it was I who touched your attention, because I did not want you to keep living in busyness and forget the place of true peace. I see the storms you hide behind your smile. I see you saying you are fine, while inside you are full of things still unnamed. I see you trying to continue, trying to endure, trying to please others, while you yourself need to be upheld, comforted, and embraced in unconditional love. Today, I have not come to place another duty upon you. I have come to loosen the things that have been heavy for too long. I have come to replace your anxiety with peace, your silent tears with deep joy, your emptiness with the fullness that comes from my presence. But my beloved child, to step into the new, you cannot keep holding tightly to everything old that is hurting you. There are fears you have carried for so long that you began to think they were part of who you are. There are disappointments you buried so deeply that you no longer call them wounds, but simply treat them as normal. There are dreams you put away with your own hands because you were afraid to hope again and then hurt again. I see all of it, and I declare this: what you buried in tears, I can bring back to life in the light. What you thought had closed, I can open in my timing. There are doors in your life that have been closed for so long that you no longer believe they can open. There were opportunities that came close and then slipped from your hands, causing you to wonder whether you were destined to stand outside of good things. There were relationships that wounded you because they never gave you the wholeness you longed for. There were dreams that once burned brightly within you, but after many years of waiting, you allowed them to lie still beneath the dust of disappointment. I have not forgotten those things. I am the one who holds the keys to the doors you cannot open by your own strength. I know which door must be opened, which door must be closed, and which door you must stop knocking on because it does not lead you to life. When I open a path for you, no one can take from you what I have ordained in the light. But when I close a wrong turn, you must also trust that it is mercy protecting you from what does not belong to you. I want you to hear this clearly. My blessing is not vague luck. What I give always has purpose, always has timing, always comes with peace and wisdom. Yet there are moments when you must respond with obedience. I can open the door, but you must walk. I can illuminate the road, but you must leave the familiar darkness. I can place peace in your heart, but you must stop feeding the thoughts that exhaust you. I can prepare the opportunity, but you must have enough courage to believe that you are no longer the person bound by the past. Do not stand only looking at the door and wondering whether it is real. Draw near to me. Ask me. Listen to me. Then follow my guidance with a clean heart. You have prayed for change, but sometimes you are afraid of that very change. You ask me to open the way, but when the way begins to open, you look back at old failures and wonder whether you are worthy. You ask for peace, but still cling to things that stir confusion in your heart. You ask for abundance, but deep within, you still fear that if you receive it, you will lose it again. I do not blame you for those fears. I know they came from seasons when you were wounded, disappointed, and saw your hope delayed for too long. But today, I want to heal that very place within you. I want you to know that my goodness does not come to deceive you. I do not call you close and then abandon you halfway. I do not open a new season just to make you lose your way. If you walk with me, I will teach you how to receive, preserve, and use what is given with humility. There are things I am about to do that are not only meant to change the circumstances around you, but also to renew the way you see yourself. You are not the forgotten one. You are not someone born only to struggle, strain, and survive the day. You are not the final result of criticism, rejection, stumbling, or years that seemed directionless. You are my child, seen by me, loved by me, called by me to step out of the smallness that pain once imposed upon you. When I speak a new season over your life, I do not only want you to have more good things outwardly, I want your heart to be enlarged, your vision lifted, your faith strengthened, and your life to become a place where my love is revealed. Therefore, my child, do not ignore the holy prompting touching you today. Do not let familiarity cause you to lose the sacredness of this moment. Do not let old disappointments speak on behalf of your future. Do not let the voice of fear convince you that every door will remain closed forever. I am here to remind you that my timing is never wrong. The things you thought were delayed may still be being prepared in the hidden place. The prayers you thought had not been heard are still being held by me in mercy. The tears you thought only fell to the ground were seen by me, and I can turn them into water for a new harvest. Hold on to me with all your heart, but do not hold on in panic. Hold on in faith. Open your heart to receive, but do not rush after every call. Step through the door I open, but step with discernment, with prayer, with deep peace. What comes from me will not cause you to lose purity, will not force you to trade peace for glitter, will not pull you away from love. What comes from me will make you steadier, brighter, kinder, and more grateful. If an opportunity truly belongs to me, it will not only change your life, it will make you draw closer to me in every choice. Now let this moment become the starting point of return. Tell me in your heart that you have heard, that you do not want to continue passing over my reminders, that you are ready to enter what I have prepared with a tender heart and an awakened faith. I will not leave you at the threshold. I will go before you to open the way, walk beside you to uphold you, and remain near to remind you when you are uncertain. The right doors will open at the right time. The things that have bound you for too long will gradually lose their power. The dreams that seemed asleep will be touched by me with new breath. Remain in my presence, my beloved child, because what I am doing is not a passing emotion, but the beginning of a season of restoration, where you learn to receive blessing without fear, walk in the light without turning back, and live each day with the faith that I am still the one who holds the keys, holds the timing, and holds you in my enduring love. You have long prayed for a breakthrough, and I want you to know that while you thought everything was standing still, I was quietly arranging every detail behind the veil. My beloved child, there are movements of heaven that make no sound before your ears, yet they shake the invisible foundations holding your story. I have shifted pieces you cannot see, touched hearts whose names you do not know, aligned resources, encounters, timings, and even doors that seemed unrelated, so that when what I have for you opens, no power will be able to stop it. You looked at the present and wondered why your prayer had not yet taken form. But I look at the entire journey, and I know exactly what must come first, what must be held back, what must leave, and what must be prepared in silence so that when it reaches your hands, it will not overwhelm you, but lift you into the position I have appointed for you. Do not doubt simply because your eyes still see lack today. Do not let the numbers in your account define my abundance. Even when you feel empty of resources, I am still the Father of abundance, the one who can open springs in dry places and place provision on paths you never imagined. Do not let weakness in your body cause you to conclude that healing is far from you. I am still the one who touches weary places, strengthens the exhausted, and restores the rhythm of peace to every breath you take. Do not let fractured relationships make you believe restoration has no road left. I am the one who knows how to reconnect what must be reconnected, how to loosen what must be released, how to soften your heart without allowing you to keep being wounded by what does not belong to you. I do not change according to your circumstances. My power does not fade with time. My mercy does not expire because you have waited long. My love does not waver because you have weak days. I have called you chosen, not in a way that makes you proud, but in a way that reminds you that your life carries a purpose greater than the pain that tried to define you. The adversary has fought you fiercely because it sees what I have planted within you. It is not afraid of someone who has no seed. It is not afraid of someone who has no future in me. It tries to exhaust you, make you believe you are only a failure trying to survive the day. So you will give up before seeing the harvest. It uses fear to slow you down, disappointment to close your heart, delay to make you doubt the promise, and old memories to persuade you that the future will only repeat the past. But you are still standing here. You can still hear my voice. You still have the ability to hope, even if that hope is sometimes very small. That is proof that my hand has been upon you all this time. My angels have gone before you in many places you never realized. There were roads you walked through that seemed ordinary, yet my protection was standing there before you. There were encounters that did not happen because I held them back. There were plans that collapsed because I saw what was hidden behind their beautiful appearance. There were times when you thought you were alone, but in truth, you were covered by heaven's watchfulness. You cried in seasons no one understood and asked yourself why everything was so hard. Why something small for others became a long battle for you. But I want you to look deeper. That resistance was not proof that you were abandoned. It was a sign that there is something precious in you that darkness wanted you to forget. The adversary fears the day you fully step into what I have prepared for you. Because when you stand in the right position, your life will not only be healed, but will also become light for those who come after you. Therefore, today I speak to you with the clarity of a father. The season of delay has ended in your heart before it ends before your eyes. Before the door opens outwardly, I am reopening faith within you. Before blessing touches your hands, I am removing from you the posture of always expecting something bad. Before provision comes, I am teaching you not to live with lack in your thinking. The delay you have experienced is not the final power over your life. It was only a season I used to shape you, prepare you, and remove from you what cannot go with you into the new future. You thought waiting made you weaker, but I used it to make your roots go deeper. You thought closed doors put you at a disadvantage, but I used them to keep you from wrong paths. You thought silence was a sign that I was far away, but I used it to teach you to trust my presence even when your emotions were no longer strong. The shaking in your life has not come to break you, but to cause the things that cannot remain in the coming season to fall away from you. Old attachments must be loosened. Old fears must be exposed. Old habits of self-protection that once helped you survive cannot help you enter freedom. Some connections were once familiar, but no longer carry life. I am clearing your path, not with cruelty, but with mercy. When I take away what leads you off course, you may hurt for a time, but then you will realize my hand did not steal your future. I am saving that future from what could distort it. When I shake the ground beneath your feet, it is not because I want you to fall, but because I want you to know where the true rock is. I am making room for the blessings I have promised. And you need to understand that great blessing needs a holy space in which to be placed. If your heart is full of bitterness, it will be hard for you to hold peace. If your hands are gripping the past, it will be hard for you to receive the new. If your mind is controlled by fear, you will walk through an open door and still live like a prisoner. Therefore, I am not only opening the way outside you, I am also working within you. I am teaching you to release what has completed its season. I am soothing the wounds that cause you to react in defense. I am adjusting the way you see yourself, so you no longer regard yourself as rejected, but as one being prepared. I am pulling you out of the chaos of trying to control everything by yourself and bringing you into sacred order, where every step has guidance. Every waiting place has meaning. Every door has timing. And every answer carries peace. My beloved one, do not confuse my timing with absence. I have never been late. I do not arrive too late in your story. I have not forgotten you in the blank page. Every closed door can be a protective fence from what you have not seen. Every rejection can be redirection toward a place more aligned with your purpose. Every waiting season can be the deep soil quietly feeding the roots before the tree rises. When you look only at the surface, you see obstruction. When you look with faith, you begin to recognize arrangement. When you hear only silence, you think I am not speaking, but in the hidden place. I am writing, adjusting, preparing, sending, closing, opening, protecting, and guiding. Let your heart rest in this truth. I have been working for your good all this time. Even when it felt like nothing was happening, I was still acting. Even on days when you saw no progress, I was still placing each stone into the foundation. Even when you thought everything was tangled, I was still bringing things into order. What I have for you is not so fragile that it can be destroyed by one weak day, one rejection, one person leaving, one empty account, one season of fatigue, or one season of tears. My promise is stronger than all of that. So rise within your heart. Let faith speak louder than fear. Let your trust become stronger than what your eyes see today. I am aligning everything. I am clearing the way. I am bringing you out of the old chaos and into a new order. And when every piece comes into place, you will understand that I was never absent. I was only doing something more beautiful than you could understand while you were waiting. Today I am shifting everything in your life. Not with noise that makes you panic, but with quiet and certain power. With a loving hand that has led you through many dry seasons to bring you into a fuller one. My child, what you are entering is no longer a season of merely trying to survive each day. No longer a season of gathering the little strength left to stand against opposing winds. I am bringing you out of the land of strain, where you only tell yourself you must endure a little longer, and into a season of strong growth, where what was once pressed down will begin to sprout, where old tears will become streams, watering new fruit, where yesterday's weariness will no longer be the voice ruling your tomorrow. You will testify of my goodness through your very life being turned around, not through empty words, not through an outward appearance decorated to look beautiful, but through a change so clear that those who once saw you in your lowest season will have to stop and recognize that a higher hand has lifted you. They will see you step out of the place that seemed to have buried your hope. They will see you more peaceful after seasons of storms, stronger after days of being wounded, wiser after times of testing, and gentler, even though you had enough reasons to become bitter. What I do in you will not only comfort you, it will become light for others, so they may know that I can still restore, still open ways, still turn what seemed like loss into the foundation for a brighter beginning. And know this, when I bless you, I do not do it in a faint way that people can easily call luck or coincidence. When I place my hand upon a life, my mark will be clear, deep, and undeniable. The blessing I have for you will not be only a small addition, but an expansion that makes you know you have been guided by grace. The doors I open will carry peace. The things I give will not come with confusion that causes you to lose yourself. The people I bring will recognize the value I placed within you and help lift you in the right direction. The opportunities I prepare will not force you to trade the purity of your heart, but will confirm that whatever comes from me always carries light. Even those who once doubted you will have to see that transformation. Not so you may exalt yourself before them, and not so you may answer their past words with pride. but so my goodness may be revealed clearly. There are people who once thought you would not overcome. There are people who once underestimated your silence. There are people who thought your waiting was a sign that you had been forgotten. But when I lift you, they will understand that a hidden season was not a rejected season. They will see that what I was quietly preparing within you is greater than every hasty judgment. They will have to acknowledge that a holy presence is with you, that you did not rise by your own strength, but were lifted by love and power from me. I am not only adding to your life, I am multiplying. The things you sowed in silence, I will cause to bear fruit in season. Your faithfulness in the small things has not been taken lightly by me. The times you still chose what was right when no one saw. The times you still prayed though your heart was tired. The times you still treated others kindly while you yourself needed to be lifted. The times you kept your heart upright in circumstances that could have led you to compromise, all of these are remembered by me. You may have thought those small things made no difference. But in my kingdom, no faithfulness is meaningless. I have seen every seed, and now I am preparing to entrust you with greater things, not to weigh you down, but so you may step into the stature I created for you from the beginning. You will become a lamp, not because you have never passed through darkness, but precisely because you passed through it without allowing the darkness to extinguish what I placed within you. You will become a testimony, not because your life has always been smooth, but because amid confusing turns, I still kept you, taught you, corrected you, and lifted you. You will be a living example of my goodness on this earth, so that those who are weary may look at you and be reminded that they too can rise. What I do in your life will not stop with you. Your restoration will touch others. Your peace will calm troubled hearts. Your story will become an invitation that anyone who still knows how to turn toward me can be made new. My child, I need you to understand that what is happening right now is not ordinary. This is not just another day passing in a familiar chain of days. This is a divine appointment, a moment placed into your story before you knew what battles you would have to walk through, long before you faced the pressures that tried to make you collapse. I had already prepared a plan so that your victory would not merely bring you out of the low place, but lift you higher, mature you more deeply, make you clearer, and draw you nearer to me. What once tried to break you will not have the final word. The things that once hurt you will not be allowed to define your whole life. I am taking the very wounded places and turning them into places where my strength is revealed. Nothing in your life has been wasted. Not the tears you shed in silence, not the long struggles that made you think you had no strength left, not the prayers you whispered while thinking no one heard. I heard every word. I saw every tear. I held every moment in my hands and am shaping them into something that will bring you joy, wisdom, and peace. There were nights when you thought you were only crying because you were too tired. But I used those tears to soften your heart. There were days when you thought you were merely enduring. But I used that endurance to form perseverance within you. There were seasons when you thought you were hidden away. But I used that silence to prepare you for a revealing at the right time. Therefore, do not despise the journey you have walked. Do not treat old wounds as proof that you failed. In my hands, they can become signs of restored life. Do not see seasons of poverty, lack, waiting, and loneliness as wasted roads. In my light, they are deep soil where your roots grew downward. What is coming needs a person with depth. And it was the difficult seasons themselves that helped you no longer remain shallow before blessing. When I bring you into abundance, you will know how to cherish it. When I expand your influence, you will not forget humility. When I place something greater in your hands, you will understand that it is not so you can boast, but so you can serve, uplift, and reflect my goodness. If this word is resounding deep within you, receive it with an open heart. Let your faith stand up. Even if it has been tired, let your hope be lit again. Even if the winds of life once shook it, tell me sincerely that you are ready to step into the new season. No longer carrying old self-condemning words. No longer bowing before fear. No longer calling yourself by names I never placed upon you. You are no longer in the season of merely surviving. I am leading you into a season of fullness, fruitfulness, testimony, a season where your very life will declare that my mercy has not abandoned you. Stand firm in this shift. My beloved child, do not be afraid when old things begin to move from their places. Do not grieve over the doors I close in order to protect you. Do not doubt when I open paths you never imagined. I am renewing the order around you and within you. I am replacing struggle with stability, lack with fullness, sighs with praise, and loneliness with clear purpose. And when everything begins to be revealed, you will recognize that I did not only rescue you from the old, but also prepared you for something greater. Today I am shifting everything. And you, my child, are stepping into the season where what I have promised will begin to bloom in peace,